Hi guys, Perla here. Welcome to my channel. I'm perfectly perfect. I am so sorry. I'm losing my voice and I don't even know why, because I haven't even been screaming like that. Not even gonna lie. So yesterday was a very stressful day. I was like completely like my body was just like not not working for me. I was in so much pain. My head was pounding, and I did. I tried taking meds because everybody's always like, "Oh my god, you really need to try. You really need to try." And I'm like, "Okay, I've tried so many times in the past," but I was like, "Whatever." So I tried taking medication, and it again didn't work as always. And I tried napping a couple of times, and my body was just like, "No." And I'm sorry, I'm sitting on the ball again, and I tend to like move and play around a lot when I do it. So I went ahead and just kind of like push through it, you could say, or whatever. So the little ones had to play yesterday. They have another one today. They have the same one today, but they're going with their dad. So after the play, I went to drop them off. So it took about a 35-40 minute drive, depending like if I'm driving from here or from the school. And on my way back, I mean, I'm at the point where I'm like, I probably shouldn't even be driving because I'm like so exhausted. So my mom was with me and she was talking to me like the whole time and stuff like that. But like literally within like 5 minutes or so of getting on the highway, there was this car in front of me. It was like an SUV. And now I'm terrible with cars. Like I'm not even gonna lie. And the car kept on like, it started very slow, but it was like, swerving back and forth on the road, but within the lane at first. And I'm just like looking there and I'm like, oh my God, is that how I look like when I'm extremely tired? But then the car started going like all the way to the right. You know how they have like the little line thingies? I forget what they're called. Like, so the when you're driving. And then it was like going into the left. And then like my heart started like, oh my God, my heart started panting. I started having palpitations and I'm like, oh my God, this person's gonna kill somebody or they're gonna kill themselves. So then it was like from one extreme to the other. Like he was literally, I don't know if it was a he or she. I shouldn't even say because I really don't know. But the person driving was going from like one extreme to the other. And I'm like, okay, so I called the police department, and they transferred me to like the state trooper or whatever. And I'm like driving, and it was so funny because the dispatcher was like, the police officer. He was like, so what kind of car is it? I'm like, oh, I was like, it looks like a Honda CRV, but I don't think it's a Honda. But that's like the style that it looks like. He's like, well, what color is it? I was like, it's like 9 something at night, so it's like mad dark, but it looks like a grayish, like a dark grayish color. And then I told him, I was like, and I told him what I was driving, and I was able to see the license plate, so I was able to give it to the cops, and I was also able to stay behind him most of the time. But he ended up getting off like probably like 3 or 4 exits before I did, and the cops were still not there. And I mean, I drove behind this person for a good like 15 minutes, and when I had called at first, I had told the police officer, the first dispatcher, that I was on 84 going eastbound. But I guess the information didn't get to like the second dispatcher, so they were calling me back. I didn't have my phone on Do Not Disturb, so unfortunately, I was like, okay, what's going on? Why are they not here? So I saw that I had, like, I saw my mom was like, check my phone, and she was like, you have missed calls, and I was like, okay, call back. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I completely forgot I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. And he was like, are you eastbound or westbound? I was like, I'm eastbound. And he was like, well, are you still on the highway? And I'm like, I am, but the person got off like 2 exits back. And I was like, just please, like, I really, and like, I mean, the person got off the highway with no signal lights, no anything. Thank God that it was me behind them, because I honestly, cars were passing it like on the left, like flying by it, and it almost hit a couple of cars. And it was just like kind of like one of those moments, like, people really should, and I'm not saying, I don't know if the person was intoxicated. I don't know if the person wasn't feeling well. I don't know exactly what's going on. But all I can really say is, like, from my experience, when I know that I can't drive, if I have an appointment, if the kids have to get to school, if I have something important to do, regardless of how important it is, I choose not to do it, because I choose not to put myself or my kid's life at risk, or anyone else's for that matter. So I guess the message for today is, just, regardless of whatever the situation is, if you know that you don't feel right to drive, please don't, because it's not just your life that you're gambling with. You're gambling with other people's life, and that's just not right. And I do pray that, and I hope that the person got home safely, or that the cops got to them before they hurt somebody, or hurt themselves. Because to be honest with you, it's really sad when you hear of tragedies of, like, car accidents and stuff like that, especially when it's something that can be avoided. Um, a different thing is like if you're driving and a freaking light pole or whatever falls on your car and then causes an accident. That's different. That's something that you cannot prevent. But if you know that you have been drinking more than what you should, if you know that you have a condition, like a medical condition that impairs your driving during a certain time, if you know you have problems driving at night, if you know you have problems with driving in certain situations or whatever it is, then take your precautions. And regardless of how much you really want to do it, then just take a step back and just kind of like be like, you know what, I'm not doing this right now. And that's it, because you really never know what's gonna, how other people are driving. And like, it was sad because, like, you know, at one point the person was driving, I think it was like 35 or 40 on a 55 6 no, at that point we were like a 65 miles an hour speed limit. And I know that the cars behind me were getting annoyed, but I'm like, there's no way that I'm gonna move from behind this person, because it's it's just not safe. And if I had to keep beeping the horn so that you keep waking up or whatever it is, like to get your alert, like, I was hoping, really, really, I was praying that he would stop and like just pulled over, or she, I don't know. Again, I don't know who was driving, but they didn't. But that's really about it. Just, sometimes we think that we got it down, and sometimes we think that we can do things that we really can't, or that we really shouldn't. Just remember, you're not the only person in this world. You're not the only person on the highway. You're not the only person on the street. And if you have to miss an appointment, if you have to miss driving the kids to school on time, whatever it is it's less of a loss than like a person's life, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Well, guys, thank you for watching, and I do hope that I get my voice back soon. And remember to share, like, and subscribe. I really do appreciate it, and I really, really, really do appreciate feedback, especially, I don't really care whether they're negative or positive. Criticism, critical, constructive criticism isn't most of the time positive, as we know, but I really, really do like it, because when you kind of when you're trying to start something, like when I'm starting to start my YouTube channel, feedback is wonderful, because it allows me to know what people are, how can I put it, like what people are looking for, type of thing, like, different topics. And if there's anything in specific that you guys want to ask me as far as like my narcolepsy, or how do I deal with certain things in my narcolepsy, definitely drop a question and in the comments, and I'll definitely answer them. As far as like makeup editing my videos and trying to dress pretty, or trying to be a girly girl, those you can definitely put them in the comments as far as like, a suggestion. But I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not gonna happen. Makeup is not gonna come on my face, and I'm being as real as I possibly can, and this is who I am, and I'm not gonna change that in order to get views or whatever. But thank you guys. Bye bye.